Between our Model 3 and Model Y, we have a ton of Tesla accessories, and in this video, we'll go through everything we own and tell you guys if we think it's worth the purchase. And links to everything I mentioned, whether I would buy it again or not buy it again, are down below. But let's start with organizers, just of any kind. These are a big yes. We would definitely buy these again. The center console, the armrest, these are necessary. There's too much room here to not have some sort of organizer. Without these, it's just like a black hole where small items go to get lost. We also own an under-seat organizer. We don't use it a lot, but it's nice to store things like tissue boxes or Chick-fil-A sauces that you refuse to throw away. Another good place for an organizer is under the screen. My wife has it, she loves it. It's a good place to put your phone if you don't want it charging and risk it overheating, because a wireless charger gets pretty hot if you leave your phone there charging for a long time. Next on our list are the wheel covers, and these I would actually not buy again. They look great, they're easy to put on, but over time, at least the ones we have, they start making a rattling noise when you drive at low speeds. And it's not just us, I've actually heard this complaint from other people who have these wheel covers as well. I would say our dream scenario is to plasti dip the original wheel covers. We don't like the original ones that came with the old Model Y, but if they were all black, I think it'd be a better look. But our reality situation is that we haven't done that yet. We think about it a lot, but we have yet to actually do that. The next accessory on our list is the leather shield, and this we definitely would buy it again. This helps protect the seats, especially of the white interiors, to give it an extra layer of protection. Now, are these Tesla seats actually real leather? I don't know, and honestly, who cares? This leather shield gives you a layer of protection so you don't got to worry about any other spills, and it makes it really easy to clean. We just apply it once every 6 months or so, and we don't have to worry about any stains getting on our seats. Next, we have these seat covers, and these we would actually not buy them again. We love these for after gym sessions when we're sweaty and don't want to get sweat on our seats. Now, they're pretty cheap and they're definitely not for style, but they have this rubber backing on the back of them that sometimes if we sit in them, it'll leave a little bit of a stain on the seat, even with our leather shield. Now, don't worry, it's easy to get out, but it does require a bit of some sort of interior spray and some wiping. But the point of these for us was to keep our seats clean. If we're going to have to wash our seats after using these, why not just sit in our seats all sweaty and then wash them anyway? Next, we have a Tesla mattress. This is by far the highest quality accessory that we have, and I would absolutely buy this one again. We've had a few different brands in the past. This one we have by Snoozu is the most legit by far. It is just about as comfy as my home mattress, which I spent a lot of money on. So if you want to spend the extra money and get a very high quality mattress, especially if you road trip or camp a lot, it doesn't take many nights of not having to pay for hotels for this mattress to end up paying for itself and saving you money in that way. But if you don't want to spend all that money, if you want a cheaper mattress just for emergencies, it's happened to us before. We've been stranded on a road trip before, so we recommend any sort of mattress, but if you want a higher end one, Snoozu is your best bet. Next on our list, we're going to go back to back with high ticket, higher priced accessories with our Tesla fridge. We definitely love this one. We would recommend it. We would buy it again, and it is honestly our favorite accessory. Now, it is absolutely a non-essential, but if you road trip or camp a lot, this one is awesome to have. And it's not a cooler, it's literally a fridge that plugs into your Tesla. It fits perfectly in your sub-trunk, and you can control the temperature of it from the app at any point. The next one on our list are the sexy buttons, and although a lot of people love these, honestly, I would not buy these again. Now, these are pretty cool, and if you don't know, they're just customizable buttons that you can place anywhere in your Tesla. But really, they're just shortcuts to get to the Tesla settings and do certain things. And Tesla has a scroll wheel shortcut. If you hold the left scroll wheel in, you can customize this button to do whatever you want. So it's already like having one of these buttons on your steering wheel already. And secondly, for button shortcut, I know I just mentioned the fridge and the mattress being higher end, but you get a lot of value for that. And these, for just a button shortcut, are just not worth the price in my opinion. Next on our list, we have floor mats and trunk liners. I want to combine these and say, yes, these are necessary and we absolutely would buy these again. The ones we have are from EV base and they are really nice for the price. They're much better than the cheap carpet formats that Tesla comes with. They have a very nice grip, they're super easy to clean, and the trunk liners are for the trunk but also for the frunk and the sub trunk as well. Next we have the Tesla Jackpads. These are great, but we wouldn't buy them again. When Teslas first came out, people said these were necessary to bring to like tire repair shops for tire rotations because some places didn't know how to lift a Tesla properly without damaging the battery. Nowadays, at least here in 2025, just about every single tire or car repair shop knows how to lift a Tesla. And if you work on your car yourself and want to lift your car up for any reason, for you, these might be super necessary, but for us, we don't do that. I never work on my car on my own in my garage, so I just don't ever use these. I'm sorry, Dad, I'm just not that handy. But if you are and you work on your car, then go ahead and get these. But if you don't worry about it. If you go somewhere to repair your car or your Tesla, they got to lift it up and they will know how to do it without the use of these jack pads. Next, we have roof shades. These are a hard yes if you live in Vegas, but even if you don't, I would definitely still recommend these. So in a Vegas summer, it's a must-have, but even if you don't live in Vegas, the summers can still feel hot with the sun beating through the Tesla roof glass. Now, I myself was skeptical about these until my wife got them when I sat in her Model Y with the roof shades on, and there absolutely was a temperature difference I noticed right away. And even windshield shades too. They're great for protecting your computer from the sun. Unless you want your infotainment screen to cook eggs in the summer, you're going to want a windshield shade as well. Next on our list is the EVJ Connector, and yes, I think this is a must-have. Now we said no to the Jackpads because we never actually use them. We never use the EVJ either, at least not yet, but it's one that we are very happy to have. If you're at a charger, you physically can't drive away unless you get out of your car and unplug your car from the charger. And if you're in a sketchy area or something happens and you don't feel safe getting out of your car, you can be in a pretty bad situation unless you have EVJ. It's an adapter that goes on the charger that lets you drive away in case of emergencies while you're plugged in, if you were to ever need to. It's one of those things that I would definitely much rather have and not need it than to need it and not have it. Next on my list is the Yoke. We had a third-party Yoke and I liked it, but I would say we would not buy it again. I had it on my old Model 3 and honestly, I didn't mind it, but now that the Cybertruck has shown me what steer-by-wire actually feels like, having a Yoke without steer-by-wire just feels kind of silly. If I only had to turn the wheel like 170 degrees to make the sharpest turns like a Cybertruck, then yes, a Yoke would be pretty sick. But if you have to go hand over hand with the Yoke to make those sharp turns, again, it just feels not right. Now, mud flaps. Teslas don't come with mud flaps, but these are ones that I would definitely recommend. I never really cared for these until I looked at the lower panels on my old Model 3 and saw a bunch of rock chips from rocks and debris kicking up over time. And now that we have both of our cars wrapped, the last thing I want are some rock chips or scratches on our lower panels, so I made sure to get these mud flaps. And whether you have your car wrapped or not, if you don't want these scratches on the bottom of your side panels, I'd recommend mud flaps as well. I'm not sure they will 100% stop these from happening, but so far they've been working pretty great. Next we have an expandable cup holder. Yes, we love this one. It's not Tesla specific, just a regular expandable cup holder, but we use it all the time. Because we live in the desert, we carry our hydro flasks around with us all the time that are too big to fit in the Tesla cup holders. So instead of putting them on the seat and hoping they don't spill or fall and roll around the floor while we drive, we just got these for like 15 bucks and I literally use them like every day. Next we have this backseat cover we got for our dogs, but I would not buy this one again. Like I said, we got it for our dogs and sometimes it works great, but other times it folds up from them moving and they end up just sitting or walking on the Tesla seats anyway. We eventually got this Tesla dog cover, which is so much better and actually protects the insides of the doors too. Next we have a screen protector, which in my mind is an obvious yes, although I've seen some comments and heard from some people lately that say you don't need one, but I do recommend one. I actually had a small crack in my old screen protector. I don't know how it happened, and I don't know if I didn't have it, if it would have cracked the actual screen, but I'm happy I didn't have to find out. I think the screen protector is easier to clean. You don't get as many fingerprints, and the matte finish helps with the glare. And for me, it's just not that expensive, so I like it. And lastly, at least for our list here, I want to mention the spoiler. Yes, I would recommend a spoiler if you don't have a car that comes with it already. If you have a 3 or a Y that isn't the performance trim, getting a spoiler is the easiest way to make your car look so much cooler. I'm not sure it has much of an impact on range or efficiency, but the one we have from EV Base is so easy to put on, it fits perfectly, and it's literally just an adhesive sticker, so once you line it up and just stick it on, it is there to stay. And that's just about everything we own. Some hits, some flops, and some that just make us feel like car campers from the future. Let us know in the comments which ones you have, or which ones that you're eyeing, or which ones would make you feel like a tech-savvy wizard with some cup holders. But like I said, all links are down below with some discount codes as well, so go ahead and check them out. But as always, thank you all for watching. Hope it was helpful, and I will catch you in the next one.